Welcome back, prop pit traders. Now that we know the basics, let's create our first bind. So a bind is where we can create different widgets on the desktop and put them all together, so every time you open and close QuantTower, everything that you would like to see is here on startup. So let's go ahead and turn our order entry back off. What we're going to do is we're going to minimize this chart that we already have up and get ready to add in a few more things. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make this chart a little bit smaller. And we're going to add a couple things in here. I know a lot of you guys like to copy trade, so there's a couple things that I always say that is always great to have when you're copy trading. I like to go up here and I like to have my positions tab. And this positions tab is going to let you know all the positions that you have open in the market at the time. Then I like to go up here and I like to grab my orders tab. If you know anything about copy trading, you always want to know where your orders are at all times, and really for any instance, just in case you think you're out of an order and you may or may not be. So now we have our positions and we have our working orders, and now we can actually go up here to this account as well, and we can pull our account info down, and here we can look at different accounts, performance, how we are in the account, and things of that nature. If that's something you want, we can go ahead and put it right down in here, so we can put it as part of our bind. And then let's say we want to have one more chart. So there's a couple different ways that we can do this. We can simply go back up here in the chart, and it's going to give us another default chart. So if you have done things on this chart that you want on this chart, if you click this chart button, you're going to have to redo all those things over again. But to bypass that, we can simply go up here to this first chart, this top left corner. We're going to say duplicate this panel. And when you do that, everything that we have put on that first chart is now on the second chart as well. So now we simply grab this chart, move it over. And the important thing about making this bind is we want to make sure that nothing is overlapping. We want to make sure we have no overlap on any of these binds, because then it won't work properly. Okay, so now we have everything set up. So now we're going to go over here to this top left corner again, and we're going to click Create Bind. And with that, we're going to simply left click and hold, and we're going to make a pattern that hits every single window, and you'll see the windows highlight as you do this. And don't worry, if you made any kind of error, it will not let you actually do that bind. So now when you let go of your left click, you're going to see Create Bind. We're going to go ahead and create this bind, and now all those windows are now binded together. So if you have multiple trading windows, you can go ahead, you can move this over here, and you can create different binds for your different desktop instruments. So now let's zoom down real quick and let's make sure that everything has been linked properly. So now let's say we wanted to place a trade. So we're going to open up our order entry. We're going to make sure we're on the count that we want. So let's see and make sure that everything populates the way we want. Okay, as we see here, we have went to the initial balance. We have rejected that. We made a pass down. So let's say we wanted to go short here. So now we're going to go short here. We see the order populate down here. Gives you your gross profit and your net profit. So it's going to go ahead and subtract any commission fees for you. And here we see no working orders because we have no take profit or no stop loss. So now let's put in a take profit and let's put in a stop loss. And as we do this, we see the orders that are in the system over here. And you can drag this out if you want to see the orders a little bit more clearly. You can also move these around and it will not affect your bind whatsoever. Okay, so now we see here that we're in the trade. It's going our way. All right, so now let's say we want to take profit a little bit earlier. We want to close out of the trade. So let's go ahead and close out on the chart trade. And it's going to go ahead and close everything out. Here you can see everything was confirmed closed. Now we look down here, we have no active positions. We have no working orders in the system. Now we have successfully created a bind, and we also have our positions and order tabs to ensure that we have no open or ghost orders in the system that we cannot see.